Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Quiptic crossword, and this is being published on Sunday the 27th of July 2025, and our setter today is Hectence. So I had a quick look back through the channel, and the last puzzle we had from Hectence was on at the start of June. That took me about 30 minutes, and then the one before that was the 6th of April, and that took me about 22 minutes. So I'm kind of expecting it to be a little bit slow, somewhere in the 20-30 minute region. I think it's probably just going to have a couple of clues that are going to be difficult at the end, but I'm not too familiar with Hectence's style. So anyway, enough of me waffling, just check my recording seems to be going okay, and crack on. Cancelled tax as not working. Cancelled tax, duty, off duty. Other often superheroes' resolutions is much appreciated thing. Often. Look at that. Right. Let's have a look at the downs. Fancy gold design. Is that right? Ornate? On tea set. Finish. Yeah. Father's. I will go through all the clues afterwards and explain what's going on. Father's opponents crossing imaginary land in Disney film. Father's opponents. Father's. Disney film, Fantasia, doesn't fit. Let's go to bouquet includes love not. That's noses, isn't it? I think. Is that noses? Maybe it's not. I did see bouquet as noses the other day somewhere. But I can't quite see what that would be. Noose. Noose is for a knot here. Okay. I think. In Paris, very old fashioned. Republican welcome visitor in Paris. Very old-fashioned. Tray, I think, is very in French. Old-fashioned. Republican trespasser must be trespasser. Passe. Yep. It says not planned to be nude except accidentally. I'm not sure. Okay. Year working with Cardassians on vacation. Yonks. Long time, yeah, nice. Yonks, that's a word. Don't use anymore, but good word. Red banana served as Indian side is naan. I think it's naan bread, spelled that way. I've got 3 A's for you. Channel for winemakers gossip. Channel winemakers gossip. Channel for winemakers gossip is, don't know. Money owing busted suspect leaves America. Money owing is debt, D-E-B-T. Busted, yep, leaves America, take US out of it. Guess it all feels a bit backwards in its wording. Much appreciated thing. I wonder if appreciated is to do with going up in value. Often superheroes' resolution is end game, I think, isn't it? Much appreciated thing. Might that be end game? That'd be an end as well. Offended. Opening document with poor wording. Is that end or odd? I don't know. Not sure about that. End game. Could be. Characters among select rich. Charged. Just looking for a hidden word there. Trich doesn't really work. Electric. Charged, yeah. Okay, that does. If I can spell it, electric. And that disallows endgame. Disturbance in prison as a stir. Offended is opening document with poor wording. Is that anagram of wording? Probably. Dud. Did. Wrong? Okay, did wrong. Okay, nice. Offended, yeah, did wrong. Makes sense. What is that? Much appreciated thing. Often superheroes resolution. I feel like superheroes resolution is an S. Saddled. Often. I'm going back to that. Okay. Search people after one finds a way to open safe. Gosh. Search people after. That's going to be a nation, isn't it? After one. crack. Ways to open safe is to... Is that going to be a nation? Not so sure now. Let's look at 13 now. Sit down in shock, inspiring prayer, an article by Church. Whew. Sit down in shock. Take a seat. No, take a pew. Sit down in shock is to take a breather. Inspiring prayer. Amen. Amen. Doesn't really fit, does it? But that'll be Church. Article by Church be ACH or ACE. I'm going to come back to those. I'm going to leave them there as well. Carry on in case you finally unravel seance. Carry on in case you finally unravel seance. What is going on there? Am I looking for a seance, which is... Or I'm looking to unravel seance, which is more likely. This one, charmer writer with messier style. Looks like pen or me. Muse. Messier style. Surely it's just a anagram style. Estly. Okay, let's go with that being an Estly ending. Charm is writer is pen or me. Not sure about that. Okay, so look at these downs over here. Top gang engaged in artless fight. Just anagram top gang. Letter short, like in heartless fight. Heartless fight would be an FIHT. So it's gang. Okay, so I think it's an anagram of gang with FIHT. Okay, we've looked at one. This one, I can't see. Bisque soup. I'm going to start scrolling down. Bisque soup containing blue lobster initially gets complaints. Gosh. I don't know what bisque soup is. Gets complaints. B. Blue lobster. Is that just BL or complaints? Not sure. Okay. Declines books on tablet and terminal apps. Declines books on tablet and terminal apps. Declines is SAGs. Books is either B or OT or BT. NT, sorry. Neither which feels like it'll get me anywhere. Judge lawsuits about sheep logo originally in trinket boxes. Judge is to rate. Lawsuits are cases about sheep logo. Sheep logo originally in trinket boxes. Trinket boxes can be called. I think cases. I think there's a cases there somewhere. Sheep logo, so that'd be a Ram L or Top L or dual cases. Okay, Judge, yeah, dual cases. Wow, okay, got to that one eventually. They're sometimes better than prime numbers, as well said. They're sometimes better than prime numbers, as well said. It's just a sound like they're sometimes better than prime numbers. Don't know. Oh, I've got to scroll down a bit more. One small seabird, that's a stern, isn't it? I think a small tern. This going to begin with A. Overrun by B is an ale. Dale's addle. Mix up. Days, yeah. Addle. Sides. I think sides, I suppose. Can't see that one. Yes, goes to bed at home following fainting fits. Goes to bed. Still sleeps in, tucks in. Anagram fits. So that one, this one, bearing mail regularly, hurries. MI or AL? Bearing. AL or MI? I thought it was an anagram then, like gang of fight, which means that'd have to be the A. Is that likely? AL? It's like 24. 24 I can't see, but I've got 23 down being an 8. Rome scored, trimmed body mass, yep. This didn't have to be an AC, did it? Let's get rid of that. I think that's more likely to be ACH there. Take a chair. Not quite sure why, let's take a chair. Sit down is to take a chair. Got ACH's article word church. ACH. Inspiring prayer. Shock. Sit down. In shock. Inspiring. So shock. Inspiring prayer. I can't think what a prayer is there. If it's chair, which I think it is. Is a prayer an air? Take shock. I don't know if that is nation, do I? I think it is. Let's assume that's an E for take. That doesn't look right, does it? Could free student scheme. Could free student. Could free student involving in government scheming. Could be around government, could it? No, moved just too many letters. 10. Could free student is now government scheming. I'll be surprised that ends TIG. Could do. 24 I was going to look at one. I still haven't got down to it. Turn up high class carpet expert. Turn up high class is you, carpet is a rug guru. Okay, that doesn't look like a bearing. Regularly hurries. So I don't think that's right. I don't know what. I wonder if that's an S. I don't know why why do I think that's an S? Because bearing hurries would be could be regularly hurries, which is URS. No. URE. Okay, allure. Bearing mail posture. Posture. Okay, I'll go with that. Oh, that's interesting. I thought messy style was going to be an anagram, but messier style. Maybe it's the name of messier style. Whatever that would be. Could it be an anagram of messier? I think it could be, couldn't it? That's turns in. Goes to bed is turns in. Fits are turns. Okay, I'll go with that. That must be sides there. Sounds better than prime numbers, as we said. I think that's B sides, like we had in the it's the B side of record. So the A side is the prime number, I think. As well said. I don't really understand that if that's the case. They're sometimes better than prime numbers. B sides. I mean, they can only be sides, can't it? I would think they're sometimes. Besides. Okay, so it's as well is besides. So it's a sound like of that. Okay, it's probably going to be an ing. Sorry, that's an ing. Messier is 7 letters. Writer is probably me, which makes. Okay, I'm diving into the anagram thingy. Messier. I didn't put the I in. Dash. Mesmerise, probably. Charm. Yeah, mesmerise. Okay, let's get my screen back onto. There we are. Mesmerise. Merise. Okay. I was thinking that I had to be there for ing. All this is. This probably still gives me top gang. Okay, that's totally ruined my idea that there's an anagram. Heartless fight could be a scrap. Isn't going to work. Could be a cap though. Scrap. Scap. That was something cap. Top. Gang. Engaged in heartless fight. Well, let's see if that works with the C being there. Just take those out from it. Could free student involved in government scheming. I've got no real idea what I was doing. It's coming together, isn't it? You carry on in case you finally unravel sales. I think there should be an anagram of sales there with unravel. You finally. Not sure. Okay, let's look. It's a channel for. I don't know what channel for winemakers gossip will be. Winemakers, grapevine. Duh, that's obvious. That is obvious when you think about it. Fair enough. Good clue for that. That must be a scene, mustn't it? Make a scene. Carry on. In case you finally. This scene, which must be a scene. What's this? Search people after one. Search people after one. Find a way to open safe. Open safe. Combination. Comb. Search, that kind of thing. I think this has to be take a chair, but I don't quite understand it yet. What's this then? Godsend. Much appreciate. Often superheroes are gods and resolution is an end. Fair enough. Back to the Disney potential one. Father's opponents crossing imaginary land in Disney film. Disney films. F-E-S-U. I can only be a vowel, can't it? Assuming noses is correct. This one, not planned to be nude, except accidentally is un. Is it un? Must be unsafe, mustn't it? Bouquet, I think our noses. Not sure. Includes love, not. Not so sure about that, you know. Let's take that out for a bit. Fathers is FR. Foes. Crossing imaginary. Is that it? Is it the name of an imaginary land in Disney film? Land in Disney film. My list of Disney films has gone. Father's opponents. I don't understand what that means really. Bouquet is a rumour. Includes love, would be an O for not. Oh yeah, it's news. It's noose. It's noose, not nose. Noses. Which doesn't help on this one, but unexpectedly that'll be unexpected. Plan to be nude. I don't quite. Except accidentally echoes anagram. Except very good, and nude. Very good. Carry on in case you finally unravel the scene. Not sure. This one. Declines books on tablets. Top. Gang engaged in that. Not sure. And bisque soup. I don't know what bisque is. Lobster. Lobster bisque. There you go. Could it be like that? There's blue lobster. That can help them. Initially gets complaints. Complaints I want it to be aches or something, but could be some kind of. I think there's a BL in there somewhere. Maybe the B's there for. Let's put the BL there for a minute. Or could it be diabetes? Diabetes with the lobster coming to it though. Don't think so. So that's a B though for the whatever. Declines books on tablets. Tablets are on tablet, sorry. Declines is normally SAGs, but I can't see why that would be. And terminal apps would probably be the S for that. On tablet would be a pill. An E, books. OTs. Oats, doesn't really work, does it? Yeah, not very happy with that one. So to this point it hasn't been too bad, has it? I think. How long been? 20 minutes. I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Father, opponents. Can't be a hidden word, but father could be F or could be FR. Opponents, crossing imaginary. Land in Disney found. Carry on in case. Carry on. Finish a scene. Make a scene. Right, I'm going to pause the video while I think to myself, because there's no point in seeing me stammer through these. I've been having a play here and I thought maybe this is BL, and then I was wondering if this is an anagram thing, but anyway I've just kind of realised that bisque soup might actually be just an anagram of bisque, which means that complaints would be quibbles, and that would fit, wouldn't it? So I still don't know what this, so I've got double B and a BL in there. Cause a scene, that would be, wouldn't it? I'm still thinking this is scrap, but not entirely. Top gang or scap, gap was what I was thinking. I don't know what this is. I was thinking polluting at one point. Government scheming. Don't think planning was the word I most wanted to put in there. In government could free so student is an L normally. Could free colluding. Colluding. Okay. Colouring. Could free colouring. Was it an anagram of could? Involving in and then government. I wonder if in and then government is G. It's colluding, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Wow, that's a little bit clever. I'm sure this is a cap then. There's an SC up there now. Top gang engaged in a heartless fight. I'm sure that's going to be a scrap though of some sort. Top would be the cap, wouldn't it? Declines. Books on tablet. I mean, it might be. Well, it's no, I suppose. No. For declines. B is books. On tablet. Nobe. Terminal apps. Nobe. Scene cap. Scan. Gang. Engaged in. A gang is a. Oh, I don't know what a gang is. Engaged in a heartless fight. I mean, that has to be cap, doesn't it? It can't be kep. Kip, cop. What could be cop, I suppose. Or cup. Okay, top. Why that would be cup, though, I don't know. I think there's a cap. I think it's scrap without the. Which means that must be a gang. It doesn't have to be an SC, does it? Gang C something. Gang engaged. Gang is a crew. Screw cap, there we go. Which makes this declines, EBS. I'm not sure why. E for, yeah, B, books on it, and then terminal apps is the S. Which just leaves this one up here to be the Disney film. Flower? My list of Disney films is gone. If it's a modern one, I'm in trouble, really. Can't be FA, can it? Could be an FR. T. Foo. I'm sure it's going to be an FRO, really, for farmer. Although, opponents. Crossing imaginary. Land. Crossing would be an X. Maybe. Or is it a word meaning fathers? I need to have a look at that on the that way around. Father's opponents. My brain keeps wanting to put forest in there. Crossing imaginary land in Disney film. So I'm about half an hour to this point anyway. Overall, I don't know what my rate was, but I'm going to go back on pause while I try and figure out this last clue. I said if it was a model one, I was in trouble, and I'm guessing it's frozen. There we go. Right, I think that's frozen. I'm going to go with it. Check all. Oh, it's not take a chair. That's probably why I was struggling there. Sit down. Have a chair. Okay. I imagine. Check word. Yep. There we go. So all done finally. Right. I'm just going to go through. Right, just had a little pause there. I refreshed the screen because it gets rid of all the ticks, and I realised I'd gone off screen, and so on and so on and so on. About 30 minutes in the end there for that. Right, let's go through the clues as best I can. I'm obviously doing these on the fly. Cancelled is off, tax is a duty, not working is off duty. You're off duty. Often superheroes, I guess, is that they could be gods. Resolution is an end, and a much appreciated thing is a godsend. Bouquet is sometimes referred to as the nose, to smell something, nose it. Includes love, put an O in there, gives you noose, which is a type of knot. Red banana seems to be an anagram of naan bread, served as is your anagram indicator, and it's obviously naan bread is an Indian side. Now, in Paris, so in Paris is saying the French word, what would the French word for very be, which is tray. Old-fashioned is passé, and Republican is an R on the end, which gives you trespasser, which is a visitor, unwelcome visitor, sorry. We've got a double definition here, really. A disturbance is, causes a stir, and prison is sometimes called stir. To search is to comb. People are a nation, going after one, eye for one, and find ways to open the safe is the combination. Carry on in case you finally unravel seance. Okay, you cause a scene, then you're carrying on. Yes. We've got an anagram of case, you. Okay, oh gosh, we've got an anagram of case, seance, and the final letter of U is a U. And then unravel is your anagram indicator. But obviously when you do that, you're kind of really not, it's kind of easy to get the scene bit on there, but overall I think it's an anagram case, the letter U, and seance. Declines is ebbs, books is B, and books is B, so books is BB, going on the end of a tablet, which is an E, as an ecstasy tablet, and terminal apps I think is saying take the S from apps, the terminal letter of apps, ebbs. J for judge, lawsuits are cases, about a sheep, which is a U, and logo originally is the L of logo, gives you trinket boxes, which are jewel cases. Right, what have we got? Scheming is colluding, that's the definition. Got an anagram of could, free is your anagram indicator, student is an L, is involved, so put an L in there, and then in is in the clue, and I think G must be an anagram, an abbreviation in government that I'm not familiar with. Wow, okay. Mix up is to addle something. Let's just scroll down a little bit. To mix up is to be addled. So mixed up is addled. So mix up would be addle without a D on it. Days is double D, or D for day. So multiple days is DD. Overrun by beer, which is ale. That's a good cryptic, standard cryptic clue. Your bearing is your posture. Mail is post. Regularly hurries is saying take the second, fourth, and sixth letters of hurries to give you the URE. Goes to bed. It goes to bed is turns in. That's the definition. At home is in, and it's following fainting fits. So he's having a turn. He's having a fainting fit. Right, and it's fits, so therefore it's turns. Multiple, plural. Right. What we got here? We've got fancy Fancy is ornate. I think that's definition. We've got gold is OR. Got asked about this a while back, and I've already forgotten. Oh yes, O is the French word. Well, yeah. So or is the French word for gold in French. French word for gold. Or and then it gets used in heraldry, which gives you a rank of OR. Anyway, OR for gold comes up a lot. Remember it. Design finish. So the N of design, and then that's going on an anagram of T. So set is your anagram indicator for T. ATE. Right, I don't know if it's one out. Frozen's, what's this? Okay. Fathers is FR, I think. Imaginary land is Oz. Opponents crossing imaginary land in Disney film. Oz, EN. Father's opponents, FREN. Well, obviously, I would say the Disney film is Frozen. That much I can get. Oz is the imaginary land. Fair enough, as in the Wizard of Oz. Father's opponents, FREN. Okay. Opponents in this case. Wow. Okay, so father is FR. Opponents leaves us the EN. Well, if you're playing bridge, the four players in bridge are north, east, south, and west, and you pair up as north, south, and east, west. So therefore, north and east are opponents to each other. Wow. Okay. I think that's how that breaks down. Not planned is unexpected, which is, I think, an anagram of nude, except, and accidentally is your anagram indicator. Y for year, working is on, computers on, and Cardassian's on vacation, so remove all the letters from Cardassians, leaves you with a KS. And yonks, which is a great word, is a long time. Haven't heard yonks in yonks. A channel for the winemaker's gossip. So gossip is what you hear on the grapevine, and winemakers obviously use the grapevine. Just cryptic one there. Money owing is debt. Busted is an anagram of debt. Suspect is your anagram indicator, but we need to take out the US part of busted, so leaves America. Characters among is saying there's a hidden word in select rich, and that hidden word is electric, which is charged, a charged situation, an electric situation. Offended is did wrong, which is a great phrase. You don't expect to come across that in the crossword, but it's a good one. Did wrong. Opening document is a D with an anagram of wording. Poor is your anagram indicator. Right, the one I got wrong. To sit down is to have a chair, and a shock of hair. So that's the HAR, and then inside that, inspiring. Inside that, we've got the prayer Ave. So I think there's a prayer Ave Maria. Ave is a prayer. Article is A, and church is CH. Abbreviation. Charm is to mesmerise. The writer is me with an anagram of Messier. Style is your anagram indicator. Not quite sure why style should be an anagram indicator, really. It doesn't suggest to me that you should be mixing things up. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's clue on down. The top gang. Right, okay, top is a screw cap. Wow, that's a definition and a half. A gang is a crew engaged in a heartless fight. So a fight is a scrap. Take the R out because it's heartless. So yeah, crew going into scap because we've got a scrap without the R. Biscay soup is saying there's an anagram of Biscay. Soup is your anagram indicator, containing B for blue and L for lobster, as indicated by initially, and complaints are quibbles. They're sometimes better than prime numbers. So the prime number on a record, so the A side on a record was always the prime number, the better. So numbers in this case is talking about songs. The prime number is the A side. Sometimes better than the prime number is the B sides. Although pretty rarely, I think. Sometimes, I suppose. As well is we've got a sound like of as well. So said it is your sound like that. Besides is a sound like of, or a synonym for as well. One small seabird. So we've got a S for small, and a turn is a seabird. The back of the ship is a stern. A rowing squad is an 8, 8 rowers, so that's a rowing squad. Trimmed body mass, so take the W off of body mass, which is weight. Weight becomes 8. And finally, turn up, high class is U for posh, old 50s thing, upper class U, and a carpet is a rug, which coming downwards becomes guru, which is an expert. So there we go, all done, about 30 minutes, and I think all decoded correctly. So there you go. Good luck with that one. Big step up, I think, that one. Bit tough. Good challenge though, and you know, got all week to do it. So use that week. Thanks for watching.